Let me tell you a little secret. You may be self-sabotaging yourself because you lack emotional intelligence. Let that one sink in. This is something I had just worked through this past moon cycle, and it hit me like a brick wall. I have been someone that has speaking on emotional intelligence, right? I have been living into my moon Pisces, which is supposedly all things emotions, right? What I have came to understand, and it really hit home with me this time when I was listening to The Mountain Is You by Brianna Weiss, I think. For some reason, when she said this, and I was like, yeah, because it made sense to me that okay. I knew I had a lack of emotional intelligence prior me, okay? But I wasn't thinking these past couple years I did. But these last couple years, I have been sabotaging myself in the most biggest ways. And I knew that. I knew I kept self-sabotaging myself, but I didn't know why. And I didn't really understand like how I was doing it either. I just kept like fucking myself over. And so here are some things that I'm going to be doing to break free of this, and maybe I can help you along the way as well. So let's dive in. So what I'm beginning to understand, the root cause of self-sabotage is not just bad habits, but it is a subconscious programming. It is attempts to stay within the familiar, because what is not comfortable, like in an evolutionary manner, we don't want to truly have, because it is challenging. And also what I realized before this time frame is that a few years ago, I just kept repeating to myself, oh, I love the comfy life. I love the easy life, the chill life, the not challenging life, right? The life that is cyclical, the life that I know, the life that feels familiar. And here's what I'm beginning to understand is that because and this is my personal experience, maybe there's something that you can take from it. I have been living in a state of survival for so long, in many different aspects of my life, that once I kind of healed different traumas in my life, I just wanted to be safe. And I had that. And so I felt like I was winning already. I felt like this is it, you know? But what I quickly realized was that if you are familiar with the, the hierarchy, Maslow's hierarchic needs, or whatever it is, like the basic survivals, I forget what it's called. So we go from safety to like consciousness. And then there's also the emotions within that, right? And one of the lowest resonating frequencies of emotions is, you guessed it, comfort. And I was repeating that for years as, yeah, this is me. This is what I want. This is what I like. It brought me into a depression, like really quickly. I know I said I've been using it for, I've been feeling that way for a few years, and I probably needed to feel that to recalibrate my nervous system. But what I didn't realize, and there is different aspects of what brought me into a depression as well. But whatever the case was, I was there. And so what I did for that was used creatine, and I sought out specific energy practitioners because this is something that I felt I really needed guidance with. I sought out spiritual mentors and worked on that. Whew, that was difficult. It was really difficult coming out of that. But now, I mean, look at me. I'm a new wormling. I got my roots back. I'm feeling so much myself, and I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, but I'm gonna go there because it's needed. What I was turning into prior to, or maybe when that depression was kind of manifesting, I was so superficial. Like not me. I can never authentically like no, not, but yes, also. Um, I still don't think there's a big idea dyeing your hair or whatever, but I was blonde, long hair, blonde, um, monochromatic colors, and just kind of molded into what these, holistic girlies were looking like. I looked like them. And now that I'm on the other side, now that I went through that darkness and I see the girlies who haven't, I feel so much better. Even though there's aspects of me that I was like, oh dang, I did look good then, I looked a little better then, maybe, but I'm like, I didn't feel better. I didn't feel great. So, a little bit of tangent. Know who you are, know where you're going, and why you're doing it. There was several, different aspects, just like healing in life, and it's not just one thing that put me there or whatever. It was the environment. I always said from like the moment I was studying holistic health is that environment is everything, and you have the ability to change it, transform it, turn it into whatever you want it to be. But environment is the number one key. And that environment that I was in, that job that I was in, kind of molded me to be that person that I didn't necessarily liked. I did do a lot of great things in that time, but I just have a much better understanding of life now. And yeah, let's get back into it. I'm going on tangents and tangents, but this is how I'm going to get out of, and how I already started, because we got to take action. It's just like, let's not wait till the next, month, the next week, the next whatever. Like, let's do it now. And that's what I love about what I did, was that you can do it at any time. And so what I did was start, hello YouTube, you can search anything here, right? So I just started searching subconscious reprogramming, and I would put that on at night, and I would start, listening to whatever was going on. But again, it can get a little bit weird. So I just stick to my go-to guy, Michael Seeley. Thank you so much for doing what you do. He has been really helpful for me, as well as Marie Kelly. Did I say her name right? I always say Marie. Her name is not Marie. Mira. Her name is Mira Kelly. Yeah, I really like them. They're my go-tos for all like subconscious work. Because you gotta be careful with that shit, okay? So I just have my go-to list on my notes, on their videos, so I don't have to be scrolling, not wasting time. I have my morning and evening rituals. I click them. I put it on a sleep timer, like to the end of the video or something, so I'm not bothered throughout the night. It just goes through then. And that has helped me a lot, right? So I have some notes here. So I stay on topic. Sorry, I already, got a little crazy. Okay. So the other thing to help me as well, um, I'm an astrologer. So of course, I'm going to look to my moon sign. That gives us insight into our emotions, right? So I just dove a little bit deeper into my moon to help understand why the heck I keep self-sabotaging myself, and having this a lack of emotional intelligence, right? So my moon sign, as I said before, is in Pisces, and that is in the 11th house. So how I'm using this is this. I'm going to speak on it because the 11th house is of social impact. And this is why I feel the need to share my story on emotional healing, self-sabotaging, and I'm kind of breaking up here, so give me a moment. Am I back? Okay, so that's also why I wanted to share here socially on how the moon phases actually help guide us emotionally and intellectually. Because our moon sign is our emotions, right? And our emotions are our signals. It is what is creating either flow or stagnation within our body. It's how our body also stores trauma. So if you're having like pain or tension, chronic or acute, whatever it is within your body, guess what? It has everything to do with your emotions. And one of the other things I learned is that learning if you are suppressing your emotions or if you are controlling your emotions. And the difference here also is consciousness. So if you are aware of your emotions and you're taking action against or for it, you're controlling your emotions. If you are unaware of the situation, it's in your subconscious mind, and you're suppressing it, right? So those are the two differences, and how rewiring, like we spoke about, your subconscious mind is going to help you with your emotional body as well, with your actions and your habits. Because what we tend to do is just like any program, any algorithm or app or whatever it is, whatever we put into our mind, it's gonna continue to play as we told it to, right? So we kind of have to think of our mind as the biggest search engine ever. We have to continuously update it if we want to grow. If you don't want to grow, if you want to be there, that's fine. Warning, depression is coming. Okay? But we're all on different levels and different planes, and maybe you're totally meant to be comfortable this lifetime. Maybe you're totally meant to chill out because you've done so much in your, past lives, whatever it is, I know this lifetime I'm meant for huge growth and huge action because I have so much in my 12th house, which is of fulfillment, and Aries is there, which is just like the action taker. So that's how I also use astrology with subconscious programming, and how I have been trying not to sabotage myself by understanding my chart, therefore understanding myself. One of the other things I have really learned this past moon cycle, as far as self-sabotaging, is the power of intuition. And again, this is something that I have known to be true, but also knowing when it's misleading, when to trust your gut, when to know it's an intuitive hit, when to know it is fear-based. And really, true intuition just comes from clarity, from calmness, from ease. And fear-based comes from like future planning and trauma responses. So, one, learning the two differences is really going to help in this aspect. And also, again, learning your natal chart to see where your moon resides and how you can work with the moon to manifest. You can look at my Moon Magic Mastery lecture. I give you literally everything there to manifest with the moon the entire 2025 and beyond, the few months, astrological new year till like March 2026. So, but literally everything is there. I'm just talking at you. There's graphs there, all of the moon phases, like literally everything, why, how, when to actually manifest with the moon. Not this fluffy bullshit that you've been hearing online. Your girl has been through the darkness and she's sharing it with you. Okay, and one of the other things I have learned through this cycle is that knowledge and understanding, acknowledgement, awareness is not enough. It's not going to be enough when we're trying to stop this self-sabotage. You have to take action. You have to have a plan. And what I have learned is that not only values, because values are subjective, right? So yes, of course, we should all have values. But what I was kind of missing was principles. Principles are objective. They are just known to be true. And for instance, okay, here we go. I don't know where to start with this. So a few different things about trauma and self-sabotaging and why all of this relates to a lack of intelligence. If you have a trauma from a relationship, saving money is not going to help you in the realm of relationships. You have to build strong relationships. You have to learn what it is you want in relationships, aka where this principle comes in. Same thing for if you were to have financial struggles. I need financial principles. I can't just heal everything else within me and then eventually financial stability or safety or abundance will come through. No. You have to work on that exact trauma that you have. Build principles and act on it consistently. This is where support is nice, right? I have actively sought out, that's one of my other, traumas I'm trying to heal is actively seeking out relationships and friendships and what it means to be a friend and da 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 da. It takes work. It takes work. And so if you want to join me in this healing realm, come into the Healing Collective where we come as we are, healed, not healed, unemotionally intelligent, and just, be 100. I have some, free guides there, healing tools in there, and we also meet once a month to release some of this pent up trauma, energy, tension within the body using breath work and Reiki, two vital tools I use in the realm is healing. Like, really, that is like all we need. I love flower essences. I love like all this other stuff too. But we meet once a month to kind of recalibrate our energy. We have a book club there. That's why I was reading or listening to this The Mountain Is You book. And yeah, each new moon, we're going to have a new book. And if this resonated with you at all, I would love to have you there. And if not, if it's not for you, if it's not for you right now, still chat with me in the comments. I want to know if this resonated with you, if you got any insights with it, if I was just like talking, nonsense. I mean, let me know that too. Um, but I hope this has helped you a bit, and I hope you start taking actions on how you are self sabotaging yourself. Learn about your moon sign, learn about your emotions, and let that shit go with some breath work. Ciao for now. I'll see you in the next one.